Of you here do not understand Odia. Can you just raise your hands? Oh, there are a few people. Okay. So I will switch a little bit between Odia and English. Mostly I'll keep it in English so that I am more comfortable. प्रथमे उत्कल प्रेमी उत्कल संतान मानकु उत्कल दिवसर 80तम जयंती रे समस्त शुभेच्छा जणाउछु। अनेक वर्ष तले जितबे मो रेवेन्सा कॉलेज रो स्टूडेंट थिली 3 वर्ष पाई कंसेक्यूटिवली बोड़ा संबर सेनापति डिबेट रो विनर थिली एवं उत्कल यूनिवर्सिटी रा चांसलर्स डिबेट रो 3 वर्ष कंसेक्यूटिवली मो विनर थिली जदियो मो इंटरमीडिएट रो किंतु मने पडुची जे कविवर राधानाथ हुए तो कहिथिले मने नहीं मातृभूमि मातृभाषा रे ममता जाहृदे जन्मी नाही ताकू जदि ज्ञानी गणरे गणिबा ज्ञान रहिबे काहे किंतु आजी ओडिसा रु बाहर 32 वर्ष रहिबा परे अधे ओडिया भाषा भूली गरणी कारण केतबे इंग्लिश रे कथा होची केतबे फ्रेंच रे कथा होची केतबे मराठी रे कथा होची तेनु निजे स्वप्न मध्य अन्य भाषा रे देखिबा पड़ती निज भाषा रे देखिबा तेनु आज जिते आपण मैंने समस्ते ओडिया रे कहले उत्कल दिवस ये प्रोग्राम आपण मैंने करथिले मो मन रे भावथिल जे मु को भाषा रे भाषण देबी गोटे समय थिला जिते मु आधा घंटा पाई ओडिया रे भाषण दे पाउथिली बिना प्रिपरेशन सहित आज 2 मिनिट ओडिया रे कहबा पई हेले मते 10 मिनिट भाबिया पड़छि को शब्दटा कहबी मझे मझे मने पड़ी से शब्दटा कोन थिला उत्कलमणि गोपबंधु दास गोटे पंक्ति मन अच्छी पुण्य जन्म माटी पुण्य देवालय उद्धरिबा पाई कले तनुक्षय मानव जीवन होई सफल ये महा दीक्षा कि बुझिबो उत्कल मुझे मन पकाए से विषय एवं भावे जे उत्कलमणि गोपबंधु दास पुण्य जन्म माटी और पुण्य देवालय ये जो दिगा शब्द व्यवहार करथिले तार अर्थटा कोन एरा चिंता करा बेले मु एक कंक्लूजन में पहुंचे जे देवालय जोटा मंदिर एवं जन्ममाटी व्हिच इज योर होम कंट्री एगुडा केवल संकेत देव सिंबल्स फॉर एग्जांपल बर्तन मुद्रा कोच मोर हठात माने पड़ी सिंबल रो ओडिया कोन चिन्ह राइट एक्चुअली से कहबा को चाहतले जे कोनसी इंस्टीट्यूशन उद्धार करिबा पाए हम चेष्टा करवा दरकार जन्ममाटी एवं देवालय जोड़े चिन्ह से व्यवहार करते तेणु बड़ा आनंद लगिला जे प्रथम कथा मु कहबा चाहूची जे मु बोर्ड स्कूल रो मैट्रिक पास करथली बदे मोर पोजीशन ओडिसा रे प्रथम 10 जन को भितरे दशम बा एकादश थिला मोर एवं ये ओडिसा रे प्रथम हितले ताको भितरे 8 मार्क रो तफात थिला मते भूगोल रे 30 मार्क मिलितला किंतु मो हिसाब रे मते 38 मिलिया थिला से समय रे री एडिशन होतला री इवैल्यूएशन होनथिला मो बापा को कहितली मु जे गोटे बोर्ड रे अप्लाई करो री एडिशन पाए कारण भूगोल रे मते 38 रु कम मिल पारिबो नाही 30 मिली छी कोन हैला जणा नै किछि वर्ष परे और किछि मास पर मो बापा टेबल ऊपर गोटे चिट्ठी देखिलु बोर्ड ऑफ सेकेंडरी एजुकेशन आस्तेला जे आमे सब मिसे मासे देखिलु किंतु जनरल साइंस रे जहा बढिछि सेटा ठीक अछि मो बापा भूल भूगोल जगह रे ज्योग्राफी जगह रे जनरल साइंस लिखि देले जोथरे मते ऑलरेडी 82 मार्क मिल साथला तुमे माने सब पिला माने अल्प बयस रो पिला तुम माने का समय रे 90 95 69 मार्क 100 रखिया बहुत सहज मो समय रे 82 नंबर रखिया was a very difficult task विज्ञान जो सब्जेक्ट साइंस आपण माने कहउछंती टेक्नोलॉजी रो ओडिया मु जाननी टेक्नोलॉजी रो ओडिया ता कोन प्रजुक्ति विद्या ओके माने जो टंग ट्विस्टर्स गुडा ओडिया रे मते प्रैक्टिस करियो प्रजुक्ति विद्या ओके उच्चारण मोर बहुत शुद्ध काहे कि मोर संस्कृत भाषा रे बड़ा पारदर्शिता थिला मु संस्कृत रो अलमोस्ट भाषण दे पारथिली आज मध्य मु 100 श्लोक आपण मान को संस्कृत रे कहि दे पारि मन अच्छी मोर आपण सुभाषितानी बोले गोटे बही थिला जितरे लिखुथिला उदेति सविता ताम्रस्ताम्र इवामस्तमेति च संपत्तौ च विपत्तौ च महतामेक रूपता. The shloka meant that Udeti Savita, Savita the sun. Udeti Savita Tamrastamra. When the sun rises, it takes the color of copper. Udeti Savita Tamrastamra Ivamastameti cha. When it sets also, it takes the color of copper. Udeti Savita Tamrastamra Ivamastameti cha. Sampattau cha Vipattau cha. The time of prosperity, Sampatti, or the time of adversity, Vipatti, Mahatam Ekrupata. The wise people maintain the same equanimity like the sun maintains while it rises or sets, keeping its constant color of copper. तेणु आज शुभ अवसर में यह निवेदन करी जे आपण माने सब भाग्यशाली आईआईटी भलिया इंस्टीट्यूशन में पढ़ी मते तो विज्ञान पढ़िबार ज्वर होतला भूल रे मु मैट्रिकुलेशन रे मैथमेटिक्स 100 एवं ऑप्शनल 100 कंपलसरी एंड ऑप्शनल सब्जेक्ट नहीं जाइतली एंड मैट्रिकुलेशन परीक्षा रे सेतबे प्री टेस्ट होतिला मु बोर्ड स्कूल कटक रे पढ़थि मोर स्कूल मोर टीचर माने जानिथिले जे जदि मैथमेटिक्स रे मो ठीक करबी ताले मो ओडिसा रो बोर्ड रे प्रथम 10 जन को भीतर निश्चय थी अथवा मो फेल हे जी मोर रेंज टा एते वेरिएशन टा एते वाइड थिला केना मैथमेटिक्स सब्जेक्ट मते भल लागनतला आई नेवर लाइक्ड इट एवं लो एंड बिहोल्ड प्री टेस्ट परीक्षा रे 100 रु ऑप्शनल मैथमेटिक्स रे मो 25 नंबर रखिथिली व्हिच इज टेक्निकली फेल बिकॉज़ 30 मार्क दरकार बट बोर्ड एग्जामिनेशन रे फॉर्चूनेटली आई गॉट 95 एंड 95 मैं काहे की पाई तार गोटे कारण ए कहानी ता कहिबार गोटे कारण अछि कारण आपन प्रोफेसर माने बसछन सामने रे मु जानि छी जे बहुत क्लास रे बसिकरी जेतोले यू आर यंग यू हैव हॉट ब्लड इन यू एंड यू आर एनर्जेटिक हमें माने क्लास रे बसी वी क्रिटिसाइज आवर टीचर्स ए फालतू पढाइले बोरिंग पाटर ता जणा नै पदाळता की भाषा रे कहउछंती I remember सेतबेले ओडिसा रे मैट्रिकुलेशन परीक्षा सकाळ होतला काना खरा बहुत हो जातला तेरो हम सकाळ परीक्षा तला मोर मो भलिया गरा बडू जेहेतु मैथमेटिक्स रे 100 कंपलसरी हम ऑप्शनल लेथले बोर्ड भी डिसाइड कला जे परीक्षा रो प्रथम शिफ्ट हबो कंपलसरी ऊपर बडीटा ऑप्शनल दीटा परीक्षा से दिला तेरो आपण माने मो अवस्था चिंता करि पारथिबे राति 4टा बेले मो घर घंट माने जो कॉलिंग बेल किए देले बापा जे कबाट खोलले and I found there is a teacher of my school who has come on a bicycle and से आस्ते मते या कहिबा पाए तांका नाम अछि विष्णुचरण जेना मैं आपण माने जानथिबे होबे तो से राष्ट्रपति पुरस्कार पाइथिले एबे भी रामकृष्ण कटे जे रिटायर करि रहउछंती ओडिसा रे राति 4टा बेले साइकिल चले आस्ते मते कोले या कहिबा पाए जे आमर तो ऊपर विश्वास अछि तो निजर तो ऊपर विश्वास रहिबा दरकार तो ठीक करबो हम जानि छी मुखे आस्ते तते कहबा जे तू व्यस्त होबो तू ठीक करबो ए जो 95 मो मैट्रिकुलेशन रे पाइली आई ऑलवेज हैव डेडिकेटेड टू द डेडिकेशन ऑफ दैट वन मैन कॉल्ड विष्णुचरण जेना so when you look at your professors and teachers and your school teachers, college teachers, university professors, you do not often realize the debt of gratitude that we owe to each one of them for what they have built for us. Professor Biswal Kotle, my father was a professor. He stayed in the hostel when my father was superintendent, 1977. You know, it looks like long ago. We were also someday young people like you. We had maybe not Michael Jackson, but we knew some dance also at that time. Yes. But also remember, life goes through different stages. And today, can I switch to English now?
Yes.
To just benefit of some of my colleagues who do not speak Odia?
Yeah, sure.
With your permission. I was a professor at one time, so unprepared I can go on speaking for 2 hours, you know, so, but I won't keep you from your entertainment. I have to go and attend a wedding as well. So I want to just say 2 things. You are very, very fortunate, all of us, to be born and be living at a time which is a global world. And with my experience of working with Aditya Birla Group, which is a large global corporation, we have $41 billion. We operate in 46 countries. I have employees and colleagues from 46 different nationalities. I myself lead a business that is over $2 billion, and I have factories in 14 countries, 17 factories. I travel from Brazil to China and in between many places. I've learned few things that I want to share with you, that you are truly, truly, really living in a global world as global citizens. You must celebrate UTKAL Divas, you must celebrate India's Independence Day, but also do not forget that you are global citizens, and you are not simply only citizens of Odisha or citizens of India, you are global citizens. Globalization brings lots of opportunities, and globalization brings a lot of challenges. And I just want to leave with you 3 thoughts. That globalization, in the process, there are 3 R's important. One is risk, other is relationship, and third is resilience. What happening in Brussels, what is happening in Paris, what happened in Pathankot, what happened in anywhere else in the world, or the 9/11, are nothing but the ugly side of globalization. But there are beautiful sides of globalization as well. The global agreement on climate change, the global movement of people, global movement of technology. When we were children, I think if a film was released in Hollywood, it took almost a year to 18 months to reach India, let alone Cuttack or Bhubaneswar or Salepur and Dhenkanal, it never used to go. And even to Cuttack and Bhubaneswar, very few films in 18 months from Hollywood would come. Today, we live in a globalized world where at the click of a button on your laptops, on your handhelds, you get the same movie perhaps in no time. That's the benefit of the global world. But the risks are real, the risks of currency movement. Yesterday, how many of you are aspiring to go out after IIT to somewhere outside of India? Are there somebody who going to study outside of India or all in IIT? Some of you, I'm sure, yeah. The young lady here raises her hand. Women mostly raising their hands, yeah. My son is a student in Harvard University doing his MBA. He studied his undergrad doing engineering at Stanford. My daughter is doing medicine in England. So the risk of currency movement is big. When you go to study abroad, you will realize aji sakale $64, sandhya beleku 67 rupiah, kala sakale 72 tanka. Your education gets costlier every day with the depreciation of rupee vis-a-vis dollar. So that is a risk. With click of a button, you may have read, the Central Bank of Bangladesh lost $81 million through a fraud. Internet security fraud is a big risk. So the risk is a big part of globalization. We will not all need to be watchful. Second is relationship. In the global world, and many of you have thousands of Facebook friends today. In the global world, networking and relationships come naturally. And relationships are extremely, extremely important, I wish we had those devices. I remember 1990, I went to do my second PhD in England. I went to Birmingham. I knew nobody there. And it was winter, at 2:30 it used to become dark. 2:30 in the afternoon, darkness, to next day morning about 8:30, sunrise. What do? If you do not know anybody, you are pretty sad. So I decided, instead of being sad, let me take the affairs into my hand. So in those days, we used to have those thick yellow page telephone directories, which have become kind of antiques perhaps today. So I looked for Dasa, Mahapatra, Biswala, Satpathy surnames to find and make friends. And I found first name on Misra, I called him up. He said, well, I am not from Odisha, I am from Lucknow. I am a medical doctor. But it doesn't matter. Next Saturday I am having a party, you come over. I went to his house, his English friends, his Indian friends were there. They asked him, how do you know him? He said, I don't know him. He made a call and said he's looking for friends. And I invited him over. Today, from 1990 to 2016, after 26 years, they come and stay with me, I go and stay with them. Their son has become a doctor at Imperial College in London. For his wedding, I went from India. And a friendship that started with an anonymous call. But life today is much easier. You can make much more friends. But again, on Facebook, as you know, There are imposters, there are people who manipulate your profile, and there are risks involved. But relationship opportunities are vast. The last thing is resilience. In the world, there is a lot of volatility. We call this a VUCA war, V-U-C-A, you must have heard. Volatility, uncertainty, of all kinds that are there. Therefore, you need resilience to go through the rough and tumble of life. But global business is an exciting business. Today, you use Apple phones that are manufactured in China. The technology is held by somebody else. The money you pay to a British bank, Standard Chartered Bank, I presume. Yeah? Chamba? The remittance is done through wireless technology owned by perhaps Lucent or Cisco or somebody else like that. So I think resilience is an important part because there are lots of networks that are operating and people are cooperating. Siddhansu told me, I don't know where he is, he's doing PhD in electrical devices, testing devices. So I believe globalization, we must not treat as a threat. Sometimes politically motivated, we debate whether we should speak write notes in Marathi or write slogans in Odia and all of that. We must be proud of our literature, culture, everything. But at the same time, we must understand, as global citizens, we must have a global outlook. The two do not have to be either or. They can be and. Being loyal and committed and proud of your culture and drama, your art and theatre can coexist with the global world in which science, technology, interconnectedness is powerful. Thank you for inviting me. Thank you for giving me this honor. Wonderful performances. You all did a great job. I wonder how you all mustered all the resources, all the time and commitment. I thank you once again. Wish you all good luck. And any of you ever want to interact with me, do drop me a mail. I'll be happy to respond. I do travel almost 15, 17 days a month, as you know. You wrote me an email. I am here today because I felt that we have a connect of the state and everything. And I'm sure many of you will go, and many years down the line you will come here. Your next generations will felicitate you. I wish you good luck and thank you again for inviting me.